Hey everyone, today in this video we are going to know the strategy for next few months for CLAT 2020. How you should go ahead, how you should utilize the time which is left, the time of 5 months that you have on your hand as of now. So in this video, this is a complete all-in-one video for your CLAT 2020 preparation. So this will give you a complete glance of the new pattern of the CLAT 2020 and what are the changes and how you should go ahead and what are the changes that you should do with your preparation. So this is a complete video where you can get the glance, motivation, how you should get the focus for your studies and all the tips for your mock and and how you should obtain for this CLAT 2020. So everything is there in this video, so do watch this video till the last end. So friends, before starting this video, you should know one thing, that CLAT is an examination where from 2020 they are not going to test your memory, they are going to test your skill, they are going to test your comprehensive skill, how much skillful you are, how much able you are to understand a complete question, a complete paragraph. So this is something which is new in CLAT 2020. So do remember, to clear the CLAT examination, you should study while others are sleeping. You should work while others are laughing, and prepare while others are playing, and drink while others are wishing. Because this is the examination where you need to compete to others. You need to get the better ranks from as compared to others. So this is where you need to change your strategy, and this is where you should focus on. Even one rank can give you somewhere, can land you somewhere in a better one NLU, or even one rank can land you somewhere else. So do remember that you should learn till the last end, and you should study, and you should know that if you are not studying, then other one will be studying, and he will be taking your position, and he will be cracking the CLAT examination, not you. So do remember this thing. Now for CLAT 2020, this is the UG paper format. We'll be going very briefly, because I'm not gonna deal with the new pattern, because all of you are well versed with the new pattern of the CLAT examination. So mostly I'll be dealing with the strategy, what should be the strategy for next few months. So let's go very briefly through all this new pattern. Maximum mark will be 150. It means 150 will be the questions, and you will be given the 2 hours duration. That means 50 questions has been decreased. Okay. And there will be 0.25 marks will be deducted for each wrong answers. Okay, now this is the pattern for your examination. There will be around 20% of the paper with the English language questions. It means around 28 to 32 questions will be there. And current affairs, in current affairs, it means the current affairs and legal reasoning section will be taking a 50%. It means the 50% question will be from these two sections. Okay, that means these are the most important thing where you should focus on. Okay, and your primary goal should be to get the good marks in these two sections. Okay, these are the 50% of the examination. Now there you can see the logical reasoning and the English. This will take the 20% of this section, and the 10% will be the quantitative techniques. Okay, I think this is clear to you. So don't really focus on irrelevant sections. If you want to get the good ranks, then you should focus on sections which are taking the higher percentage of the question paper. So most important section is the current affair and legal reasoning. Now let's go through the section wise analysis of the new pattern. Now this is the English language. In English language, there is this change that there will be only passages. Okay, only read RC where you have to give the answers. Okay, so there will be no grammatical question, no vocabulary questions independently. Okay, but there will be a passage, and after the passage you will be asked some questions on the basis of the passage, and after that you have to answer the questions. Okay, and like the passage will be around 450 words each. Okay, and a 12th standard student can solve that this reading comprehension in 5 to 7 minutes, but you should try to decrease the minutes, because you are there in the competitive examination, and somewhere you need to be better than others. Okay, so try to decrease the minutes okay, that should be taken to read the the passage. Okay, now what will be the what will be asked in this particular RC? You'll be asked the main point and what are the arguments and the viewpoints discussed in the particular passage, and what are the inferences, conclusions that can be concluded after the passage. Okay, now summarize the passage. These are the questions which can be asked. These are very general questions, okay, of the RC, and compare the contrast, argumentative viewpoints and meaning of the various phrases. Okay, now let's go through the sample paper which has been given by the CLAT consortium. This is a sample question of UG CLAT, okay, CLAT 2020. Now let's go through this particular question paper. I mean sample question paper. There you can see there is this passage, and thereafter you have been asked some questions regarding the main idea of the passage. And I feel for these purpose you need to be very much good in your reading. I'll be giving you some tips for your reading skill. Okay, now after first some time in this video only. Okay, now the next question is about the authors think about asking their father. It means this is a question, one of the question, a general question of a passage. Okay, and the next one is about the word meaning, vocabulary. Okay, there is this very good one, vocabulary, garrulous. It means someone who is very excessively talkative person. Okay, I think this is a very general question, and vocabulary will be asked in the context of the passage. Okay, so I feel if you are not good at the vocabulary, you can even find out the meaning of the vocabulary with the passage only. Now after that you have been asked some questions regarding the uprooted by the, it means the relevant question of the passage. And next one, these are the questions asked in the passage. So you can see that there is no grammatical question. Now you'll be asked, or you'll be checked on the basis of your reading comprehension skill. Okay, now you can see there's one more vocabulary of Haggard. Okay, so Haggard, these are the general meanings. Okay, I think after reading this particular passage you can definitely find out the meaning of this particular term, and for that purpose you should be good at the etymology skill. Okay, I think you're done with the book of Norman Lewis. This is very good book for your vocabulary. So there you can see the questions, and these are not very hard questions to you. Now next one section is about the current affairs and general knowledge. Okay, so now there will be mostly questions from the current affairs section. Okay, mostly question will be from the contemporary issues. So there will be around, and good thing is that there will be no any such direct question, but there will be a passage, and after that you will be asked the question on the basis of this particular passage only. And you don't need to have any additional legal knowledge or any additional knowledge about the particular passage. You can give the answer on the basis of your particular passage only. Okay, you just need to only have a good idea about the issue which is there. Okay, now the questions can be asked on the from the section of art and culture, contemporary issues, and the world issue. And you can see that mostly questions are from the international level. Okay, international affairs and awards, and what are the sports news. Okay, so these are the general section from where the current affairs is being checked. Okay, mostly in the last few years. Okay, now international affairs, historical events for continuing significance. So these are the section. Let's go through the question paper. I mean sample question paper. So in this sample question paper you can see simply that there is this passage, a big one passage. Okay, after that you have been asked some questions, and there are some blanks as well. Okay, and you have to fill this blanks as per your knowledge. Okay, so here you can see that they have just asked this question regarding the blanks. Okay, so very simple questions are there. You just need to have a good one knowledge about the contemporary issue which is being asked. Okay, and with related to this particular passage, okay, they have asked some questions, some indirect question from the passage. Okay, and this is related to our constitution. Okay, so it is not mentioned in the passage, but it is related to the passage. That's why they have just asked this question. Okay, now you can see that this is the next one paragraph. After that you have been asked some questions, some 4 to 5 questions. Okay, and that's all. If you really feel that you're not good in GK, then even if you are able to comprehend the passage rightly, okay, thereafter you can also find out the answer of the particular passage. So you don't need to be very much concerned about the general knowledge. You just need to have a good one reading skill. So I feel that CLAT 2020 is going to be a reading skill examination. Okay, where you need to be good at the reading, okay, and comprehension. Next one section is of the legal reasoning, and they'll be asking the same pattern will be there. There will be 450 words, a passage of 450 words, and thereafter they'll be asking some questions. Questions from like they'll be asking some rule and principle based question, okay, and you have to just apply this particular rules and principle for the fact or situation which is given to you in the question, okay. It is a similar pattern which has been given in the previous examination, but it is a bit different, okay. Like CLAT 2020 examination is a bit different, okay. So you can see in this particular passage that they've just said that, okay, that general awareness, the general awareness and contemporary legal knowledge that you'll be having, this will help you to find out or to get the right one answer of the principle based questions, okay. Now let's go through the question paper which has been given. There you can see that they have given a particular passage. After that, you have been asked the questions like what are the views of the author, okay, in the particular passage. So like a question of RC, a similar question of RC which was asked in English, similarly it is asked in the legal, but the thing is that it is a bit in legal context, and you need to have a bit knowledge of the legal background, okay, a legal section knowledge you need to have to find out the answer of the questions, okay. And here you can see that the questions like the critical reasoning, okay, critical reasoning question is also been asked in this examination, and like they have just asked the author's concern about the constitution of DPA under the bill, because so it is a very critical reasoning question, or you need to have the critical skill as well to find out the right answer. And good thing is that they have also given the right answer, the correct answer to the question, so that we don't need to wander there, and it will be very much comfortable for us and helpful for us that everything is mentioned in the particular question paper only, okay. Now let's go through the logical reasoning section. In logical reasoning, you don't need to worry, it's not changed that much, okay. There will be given a short passage of around 300 words each, okay, and after that you have to find out the answers such as premises and conclusion, and you have to find out the arguments which is mentioned in the particular question, critical analysis, and you have to just infer that what you can infer from the particular passage, and relationship analogies. So these are the particular questions that can be asked from a particular passage only, okay, which is mentioned there. So you don't need to have prior knowledge as such, you just need to put up all the facts of the passage in the right manner. After that you have to answer the questions, okay. There in this logical reasoning section, you can see that there is this passage. After that you have been asked a question such as the statement is consistent with the Dravid's selection strategy for the 2018 under 20 World Cup as stated above. So you have to find out, you have to critically assess this particular passage, and after that you have to answer the particular question, okay. Now you can see the next question, which is also very much similar to the last one, and there is this one more verbal reasoning question, okay. And in this verbal reasoning question that they have asked, if true contradicts Dravid's selection strategy, like yeah, this is one of the verbal reasoning, but one of the very relevantly asked question of verbal reasoning, okay. So after looking at this question, I can definitely say that you need to be good at the critical reasoning, okay. Critical reasoning, because just to be a lawyer, you need to critically assess the particular passages, and you need to assess the situation which is there in a particular case. So that's why the CLAT consortium is going to check you on the basis of the critical reasoning, okay, how much critically you can assess any particular thing or any particular written statement. So this is something which is going to be checked in the CLAT 2020, and I feel that it is going to be a bit difficult for you, but don't worry that if you are good at this and if you are able to improve your skill, and then definitely you can crack this examination, okay. I will giving you some tips for this particular thing. Just watch this video further. In the quantitative techniques, you don't need to be you don't need to worry. You will be asked around 10 to 12 and around 15 question, okay, hardly 15 question. So this not takes that much area of the particular question paper. So they will be asking some question on the basis of the textual and pictorial, diagrammatic representation and numerical information, and it will be a 10th standard question paper, okay, 10th standard mathematical question paper, and ratio and proportion and algebraic question maturation. So the quantitative techniques is something which is not changed that much. They just asked the previous question, okay, what the question paper for previous year was. It is similar for 21 year, you can say, okay. So quantitative techniques will not be that much hard for you to handle, okay. There you can see that they have asked a question on the basis of graph, okay. They have given a graph and after that they have just asked a question, okay. So I feel if you have practiced enough, then you will be able to answer these questions very easily, because these are very basic question of the mathematics, okay. So very easy question. You need to just have a good idea about percentage and how you can find out the ratios. So if you will be practicing enough, then you can definitely answer these questions. So there you can see that there's this question of percentage, ratio, proportion. So don't go too much deep, don't work too much on time and work and the topic which are not asked that much, but focus on the topics which are very basic and which will be checked more in the CLAT examination. So you need to be very much subjective to the particular topic, okay. And friends, more importantly, let's go through this particular quote. Give me the 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Do you understand what is this? This was a very, very famous and popular statement given by Abraham Lincoln, the President of America, the former President of America. If you connect this particular statement with the CLAT examination, do you understand that it means the first 6 hours, if you will be given to chop down a tree, then you will be spending the first 4 hours in sharpening the axe. It means the first 4 hours which you should spend on a particular examination. Let's relate this particular quote with the mock test, okay, which is the most important weapon in the CLAT examination. Mock test. If you are given to crack a examination, then you should firstly spend the 4 hours in analyzing a mock test and 2 hours only to attempt the mock test. What exactly students do? They attempt the mock test, but they never analyzes the mock test. What are the shortcomings of the mock test, where they were lacking and why they got that much marks, okay. They should try to analyze each and every answer and each and every questions which they left, okay, and which were wrong. So the 4 hours should be spent, the first 4 hours, the most of the time should be spent on analyzing the mock test instead of spending this hours in just giving the mock test. This is not going to work. The analysis is the most important thing, and the attempting mock is not the main important part. The important thing is the analysis, and I think you got it. Now let's go through through this particular question, that how you should just manage your what you should do on daily basis, okay. So I can't just really tell you that what you should do, but I can give you some idea that where you should focus on daily basis, okay. What are the most important things that you should do, okay. First one thing is that if you want to get a good ability, okay, if you want to develop a good capacity to read and understand the bodies of the text, okay, and if you can just simply see in the question paper that it was complete analysis of skill or paper of the analysis, or how you can read a particular text or particular RC, okay. So for that purpose you need to read the newspaper as much as, and I feel that you should just follow the newspaper on daily basis. Just prepare any good one newspaper. Either you can choose The Hindu. For my preparation, I was preferring The Hindu newspaper, because I feel that there was a good news as well, and there was some good vocabulary and good English also was there. So I feel the Hindu will be best for your examination. And if you are not having any access to The Hindu, you can go online, and even if you don't want to prefer The Hindu, then you can go and just prefer other newspapers such as the Indian Express, okay. Sorry, the News Express, okay. You can prefer the News Express newspaper as well, okay. Next one important thing is that you need to be well versed and well abreast with the news and current affairs by regular reading quality newspaper, okay. For that I feel that if you can follow even one website or one any one good source for the current affair, it will be more than enough. Okay, and even if you are reading the newspaper, that will be also giving you good knowledge about the current affairs. Okay, so you can either follow GK Today, and you can follow the videos of Study IQ, and so many sources are there. You can even you can also follow the study material given by your coaching centers. Okay, this is good, but you need to do one thing, that you should write this current affair in your notebook, and you should read this particular current affairs twice in a day. Okay, and you should also try to learn this news, okay, so that you'll be able to recall it on the time when you are attempting the mock test. Okay, now next one thing is that you need to improve the speed. Okay, even if you just got you'll be getting the less number of questions as compared to CLAT 2019, though you need to be good at your speed, because you are not the only one who is just facing this new pattern of the question paper. They will be all, this will be same for all the participants in this of this particular examination. So you need to be good at the speed so that your accuracy level will be high. Okay, now next thing you need to do is that mock test and its analysis. This is one of the most important thing that you should do, that other persons not do. Okay, most of the person who are not able to crack the CLAT examination, they're not analyzing the mock test. Okay, this is the shortcoming of their preparation, and I feel that you must analyze the newspaper, and you should make a separate copy for the analysis only. Okay, where you should write all the wrong questions, all the questions which were confusing for you. Okay, and try to practice these questions. Okay, and answer this question after your analysis, or after or whenever you're getting time. Okay, for this question should be for the practice of the last moment. Okay, when you'll be giving your examination, before in that particular week, you should just practice those questions or the mock test. Okay, now next one important weapon can be the revision on a daily basis. Okay, when I was doing my preparation, I was doing one thing, that whatsoever I did learn in the day, I was remembering, I was learning. Okay, I was doing the revision of this particular thing on the daily basis. Okay, like let's say I just wrote today 20 current affair news. Okay, then I will be just learning, I'll be trying to learn this particular news, and for the I usually try to learn this particular thing because I was having very different schedule. Okay, mostly like I was comfortable in learning and or doing revision at the night time only. Okay, so I was giving my 3 to 4 hours for revision only, and generally like I always preferred learning alone. Okay, so that's why I just devoted this much time, and after that I just started learning this thing, and whatever I did draw in my copy, I was just trying to learn this thing as well. Okay, so that I will be not having that much hectic and burden at the last moment of the examination. Okay, now let's go through the timetable, that how you can make the timetable for this examination. And I feel that no one can tell you an exact timetable for examination, but you should make your own timetable. Okay, I'll be giving you some idea that how you should deal with the timetable, and how and what should be the content of your timetable. Okay, there is this compulsory do's in a particular day. Okay, and you should remember that you also need to write this things that I'm just going to tell you. Okay, these are the first one thing that you should do on a daily basis is the current affair and newspaper and mock analysis. Either you should attempt the mock, or either you should do the, and do remember that you have to write this thing also. Okay, for that particular section you need to do it on the daily basis, plus you need to write this thing in your notebook as a short note as well. Okay, because this is one of the strategy that you should follow. Okay, now next one thing is that you should make a section wise schedule, where you'll be dealing with the 5 sections. Okay, and you can either make a timetable on the basis of time, or on the basis of your chapter, like you can just devote 2 to 3 hours for the particular section of English, or either you can prefer the chapter wise timetable, like you need to complete 2 chapters of English in one day, or 2 chapters of English in this particular week. So this should be your strategy. Okay, now next one is that you need to devote 3 to 4 minimum 3 to 4 hours for only learning and revision of the daily work that you have done. I mean that the thing that you have done, like these 3 things. Okay, and your chapter wise work that you have done. Okay, you need to do revision of this thing on the daily basis within the 3 to 4 hour, okay. So you don't need to really just mug up the particular thing. You just need to only go through the particular thing that you have done in a day, okay. So next one strategy will be the analysis. At the night when you'll be sleeping, before that you need to just analyze that what are the things that I learned, and what are the things that I need to do tomorrow, okay. So do make a timetable for tomorrow, okay, before sleeping, okay. So that you won't be very much confused tomorrow, that what I need to do today, what I don't need to do today, okay. So make a timetable before you go to sleep. And do remember that you need to analyze that what are the things that I just learned today, what are the things that I did wrong today, what are the things that I shouldn't do today, okay. So these are the analysis that you can do for the to be better than yesterday, okay. So that you should do this should be must in your schedule, okay. When I was preparing for CLAT examination, I usually to share what I learned today with my sister, okay, because I feel that whatsoever wrong I did, she can just give me some good idea about this particular thing, and she can just help me with this mistake that I did, okay. So I usually used to share the thing that happened with me, or the thing which just picking me for the whole day. So this is somewhere you can do analysis, okay. This is how you can do your analysis, okay. If you're not comfortable with the family, you can do it on your own only, okay. And do remember that the newspaper will be the weapon for CLAT 2020. I can assure you, the person who is just reading the newspaper on the daily basis, and do remember that you can devote around 1 to 2 hours for newspaper only, okay. You need to, okay, if you are the novice and you're the very new new in reading the newspaper, then you should devote around 2 hours. But if you are very much well versed with the daily news which is coming, and you are very well reading the newspaper, and you're good at reading, then you need to just devote 1 hour only, okay. And if you are reading newspaper, then this is going to help you in your English section, current affairs section, and legal section, I feel, okay. So if you will be good at the newspaper, then you will be able to maintain the 70% of your question paper. I feel this will be good enough, and that will be more than enough to crack the CLAT examination, I feel, okay. So do remember to read the newspaper. This should be must in your time schedule. Now let's go through the miscellaneous question that can be in your mind, okay. So first one is that should I be early bird or late bird? I feel that whichever is comfortable for you, you should just prefer, okay. Do remember, when I was preparing, like I was comfortable with the reading till the late night, okay. I wasn't a good early bird, okay. So I just usually study late at the night till the night, okay. So you can prefer either of one, okay. But some people say that if you are an early bird, then it is good for your study, or you will be able to learn very easily the things, okay. So whatsoever is good for you, just prefer the thing, okay. Don't just go there and where, okay. Now next one tip for you is that make a day, it means either it can be Sunday, okay. Make the Sunday as your revision day, okay. You shouldn't do any new work, you shouldn't write any new thing, okay. You should do only one thing in the Sunday, that only revision. The thing that you learn in a whole week, you should do the revision of the thing, okay. That's all. Don't do any new thing, because if you've just done the work in your week, but if you're not even able to recall the thing, it is not going to help you in your examination. I can just assure you, it is not going to help you in examination if you're not devoting a day for your revision only, okay. So I feel just make the Sunday as your revision day. Don't do any new thing, okay. Next one strategy is that do attempt around 3 mock in a week, okay. It will be more than enough, okay. Whatever is comfortable, but minimum you should attempt 3 mocks, okay. And analysis is must, as you know, okay. And next one is that if you are having any mentors for your preparation, I feel it is a good thing. If you have joined any coaching classes, then this is going to help you, okay. But if you don't have any mentor, don't worry. You can either take the help of any person who has already appeared for the CLAT examination, or who is already in any national university, or who is any teacher of this particular examination. Okay, so do take the help, or either you can make your parents or your sister, your brother who is in the legal field. Okay, they can also help you with this particular examination, I feel, because mentors are the must. Okay, they are the person who are going to give you the motivation to study till the last end. Okay, and even if you're not getting any mentors, you can definitely take help from my side. Okay, I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, so either you can text me there in the comment section, or you can mail me in your email ID. Okay, now next one is things that do remember, if you are not able to crack the CLAT examination, there will be no excuse. No one is gonna listen what happened with you. No one is gonna take care what exactly was the reason behind your failure. No one cares. Okay, whether you can't take the excuse that mock test was hard, I reached late at the center, there was too much disturbance, noise in the center, my mood was not good, I could have done better if I had got few more minutes, I was ill. There is no such excuse that is going to be here. Okay, this is the examination. You can't go before the CLAT consortium and say that no, I wasn't good enough, I was feeling ill. This is not going to happen. So don't make any excuse, and don't do any mistakes. Okay, there's always one mistake that can be happened by you only. Okay, only you are the reason behind your failure. So do remember and do very much careful about this thing. Next one thing is that complete your whole syllabus by April. This is a good advice for you, that if you'll be able to do your syllabus by April, then definitely in the month of May you have to do only revision. Okay, you don't need to go through any new topic. You just need to go through the syllabus, I mean the thing that you have done in the whole of the month. Okay, whole of the months. Next one thing is that must make the notebooks. If you are thinking that you just after watching the videos or after watching the books, you'll be able to learn the things, and you just only need the books and you're just highlighting the books. Okay, this is not going to work. Make the notebook and just make the short notes, which is going to help you and which is going to give you the edge at the last moment of the examination. So do make the notebooks. Now which mock should I join? Okay, this is one of the question which is being asked so many times by the students. I feel that you can join any good mock test, but don't be too much in the mock test. If you're feeling no, I'll be attempting around 100 and 120 mock tests, no, this is not going to help you. Just give around 70 to 75 mock tests. These are the good quantity of the mock tests that you can attempt, or you can either join a Legal Age or a Career Launcher. I feel these are the good mocks. Okay, so either of one you can prefer. Okay, next one is the how you should attempt the mock test. I feel just make a minimum time that you need to give, or maximum time you can say, okay, that you need to give in a particular single section. Okay, and do remember that when you're attempting the mock, then you should attempt those questions which are already known to you. Okay, like you can either attempt firstly the GK section, because if you'll be able to cover your 25% of the question paper, then it will be just motivating, or it will be a good thing, or you can say a good feeling will be coming in your heart that no, I have done with the 25% of the mock test. Now I've just left with 75%. Okay, so this is the thing, because GK is going to take your little time. So that's why I just told you that either you can attempt firstly the GK section, and after that you can attempt English or legal. Okay, but I will just advise you that you should prefer legal section, because English is going to be the section where you need to comprehend a particular particular passage. Now after that you can do logical, and after that maths. Okay, so yeah, there you can change your strategy. Either you can make the maths first, and either you can make the legal first. Okay, so it will depend on how much good you are at a particular section. Now next one is how you should analyze the mock test. To analyze the mock test, make a particular copy where you should make 3 sections. First will be section wise analysis. It should be where you'll be mentioning the GK section, legal section, English section, and logical reasoning, math section, and mention all the wrong questions that you've just attempted in a mock test. Okay, and after that, in a week, okay, let's say on Sunday only, you need to revise or attempt this question again, and just see that whether you are just repeating the same mistake. Okay, now next one thing is that how to make or how to keep the focus during your preparation, or your whenever you're just studying. So do remember that I feel that phone and the cell phones are the biggest reason behind your distraction. Okay, so just make a new habit or new culture of D&D. Do not disturb mode, aeroplane mode, okay, whatsoever. Or either if you're studying or you're taking the help of cell phone, so you can you can prefer the laptops or computers instead of preferring the cell phones. Okay, because if you are just using internet in the phone, then if it is, you can't, definitely you can't just put up the phone on D&D mode or aeroplane mode. Okay, so prefer the laptops, okay, or computers, so that you won't be disturbed during your preparation. Okay, next one thing is that just if you're just remembering or recalling, or either you're trying to learn anything, then try to do it loud. Okay, try to speak the things aloud. Okay, try to, when you're doing the revision, then do remember that all the three senses of your body should work together to remember anything for a long while, or remember anything in very short time. Okay, so the three senses such as speaking organs, looking, I mean the gazetting organ and the listening organ, okay, they should work together to remember anything faster. Okay, so if you're learning any, let's say any current affair, or either any GK question or anything related to the current affair, okay, so just if you have just mentioned, I mean if you have just noted 20 legal, I mean any current affair knowledge, sorry, GK, so what you need to do, prefer any time schedule within which you will be just remembering this particular news. Okay, and you'll be doing the revision, and try to read this news aloud so that your all the organs will be working together. I feel I'm clear to you. Now let's go through the next one thing that you should follow is that don't care that what other people will think about you. Who the hell cares that what is going to happen with you? Okay, no one is gonna care, or no one is gonna come to you to sympathize when you are just failing in examination. No one is going to help you when you will be getting the lesser marks in the examination. No one is going to help you how to be good at the examination. So don't care about the people. Okay, whatever they want to say, don't care about it. Okay, I feel at the last moment they are the one who are only the person who will just say no, that guy was the very dedicated person. In the whole preparation, during the whole preparation, they'll be just trying to demotivate you, but at the last end they are the one who are just going to say that no, he deserves it. Okay, so don't do the comparative study. I feel like sometimes people just try to compare their self with their friends. Okay, so what happens when you're just trying to compare, then it is the thing that just makes you a bit negative, that no, you've not done that much study that much your friend has done. Okay, so every person is not equal now. Okay, so either he'll just need more preparation, or either you are good enough, or either you can say that he's only trying to show that he is studying, or that can be the demotivating factor for your preparation, I feel. Okay, so don't do comparative study. Now next one thing is that give yourself incentive. If you're not able to focus on the particular subject, so you should do one thing. Let's say you can either say that if I will be able to complete this chapter, okay, tomorrow I'll be going to watch a movie. Or you can give us incentive like, if I'll be able to complete this section today, and then I'll be just going to watch a television show, or either I'm just going to do whatever I like, or I'm going to play a game. Okay, so this is an incentive that you can give to yourself, so that you will be motivated enough to complete the chapter on the time. Okay, so next one thing is that you should try to keep yourself away from social media for a few months. You need to do this thing. Okay, I'm not saying that you should just completely get disconnected from your social media. You should be in the social media, but not that much indulge in this social media, because this can be the distracting factor for you. So for a few months, I feel you can just manage your habit. Okay, now next one thing is that read good inspirational and motivational books, because if you really, these books are also going to improve your reading skill, and these things are also the books which can just help you to get motivated and to get inspired. Okay, and this will be giving you a new age to do more and more to do better in your examination. Okay, Now next one thing that you can understand is that don't get distracted too much. Okay, if you're just doing your study, so don't think that no, I should just touch my phone for a few seconds. Okay, no, there is this message of my friend, I should just look at this. No, this is not going to happen. Okay, this is not going to work. Don't get distracted. Social media, YouTube videos. Okay, so at the I know that you are in very teenage, or you are in very young age. At that age, to be in the study or to be before a book, it is very hard for you to maintain. Okay, but though for the few months, for the last 5 months, you should just do it. Okay. Next one thing is that keep yourself away from the demotivating people. Okay, might be one of your friend, or might be your family member, either your neighbors. They are just trying to demotivate you. Know that you have taken a drop, not even a single drop, but 2 drops. Okay, 3 drops. So either they can just demotivate in the different way. Okay, so they can just say that you are staying in the home for last 2 years, you are not studying, you are not doing your graduation. Okay, you are getting older, your age is increasing, so they can just demotivate in different ways. So don't care about this. Who cares about this particular person? Okay, so don't go near to this guys. Keep yourself away from these persons. Okay, though you are taking a drop, though, but this drop is going to give you the result later on. This hard work is going to give you the result later on. Okay, so don't care about this demotivating persons. Okay, this is not going to, they are not the one who are going to help you, I feel. Okay, so do remember that you should not do it. Okay. Next one tip is that you should use the sticky notes. Okay, when you are learning any GK or any news as such. Okay, and it is very important. Okay, you know that it is very important, but though you're not able to remember this particular thing. Okay, that who is the new president of Hungary, or who is the new elected chairman of the particular organization. Okay, those are very hard question. I mean, it is very hard to remember that who is the person who is being elected or appointed. Okay, so do use the sticky notes. Okay, so that at the last moment you will be able to at least just remove the options which cannot be the answer to the question. Okay, and either you can watch any news show which is good for you, or either you're liking this particular news television show, or at any particular prime time. Okay, so what if you'll be doing this thing, what and is going to happen, that you'll be able to know the news or the contemporary thing that happened in a day. Okay, and share your marks with the parent. This is important. Okay, either you share your marks with your sister, your brother who is elder to you. Okay, or who can understand that what kind of examination it is and what kind of skill it needs. Okay, and who can understand you that yeah, you can change your marks, and your hard work is showing the result. Okay, so share your mark with the parents, whatsoever mark it is. Okay, whether it is good or whether it is bad, it not matters. Okay, because it is not going to, it is going to make your heart very lighter. Okay, so whatsoever burden will be there in your mind, you will be just able to tell your parents that no, from the beginning, like I was getting that much marks, but now I am getting that much marks. Okay, so there your parents can also help you with this particular issue. Okay, now share the current affairs, news and GK with your family members. Okay, so what happens, like whenever you're just taking your dinner, or you're going anywhere, so what you can say, like you can share any news with your father or your mother. Like let's say you can share that the government increased the tax slab, or this particular country is going to do something, or government launched a new scheme. So some kind of news that you can share with your parents. Okay, and that can also help you in your examination. Okay, and either you can share prefer a group study, because what happens, some people are very comfortable in group study, they can do better in the group study, but I was preferring I was doing my study alone. Okay, I just always preferred doing study alone, and reading the books alone. Okay, but I used to share the GK or the current affair news with my sister, brother and my parents. Okay, so this was also a good thing, and that was also the good thing that gave me the edge over others. Okay, now let's go through some of the there is this one last tip, that is the revision. do the revision till the last moment. Okay, even if this is the last day of your examination, though you should do your revision till the time when you reach your examination center. Okay, because even 1 marks is important for your examination. Okay, do remember this is a CLAT examination where one marks can give you the 10 rank above, and 1 marks can make you 10 rank below. Okay, and that can just land you in any of the national university, or either it cannot land you in any national university. So I think you can remember, or you can know the meaning of 1 marks only. Okay. Now there are some books that I just recommended, okay, that you can prefer. Now for English, you can either prefer Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. I feel if you just read this book, then vocabulary is going to be very much easier for you. Okay, and vocabulary is the thing that can be just that can just give you take your leisure time, but that can give you the good marks. Okay, now for if you're not good at the reading, then you can prefer this one book by Norman Lewis only. Okay, how to read better and faster. Okay, I had read this book during my CLAT preparation, and it was the thing that gave me the good idea about reading the RC. Okay, and how can I take the leisure time to read a particular paragraph. Okay, so you should read this book if you're not speed, reading speed is not good. Okay, or you're not able to analyze a particular paragraph, so you should read this book. Now next one is for the reasoning. For reasoning, always there's one book that can be recommended, that is by R.S. Agrawal. Okay, Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning by R.S. Agrawal. Next one is for the mathematics. For mathematics, there is this one book of Quantitative Aptitude by R.S. Agrawal only. Okay, and for GK, you can either prefer the daily, but I will recommend you to prefer the daily news. Okay, daily current affairs that you can get from any website or any video. Okay, so but if you are not able to continue, you're in 12th, then if you are not able to continue your current affair on a daily basis, then you can prefer any monthly magazine or weekly magazine such as Pratiyogita Darpan, or there is this book or yearly book Manorama. Okay, where you can also get the good idea about current affairs. Okay, the good current affairs. Okay, but you should prefer current affairs on the daily basis. And for legal, there is no any such book, but though if you need, you have no any access to coaching classes, and you need some legal reasoning material, then just mention it in the comment section. Okay, and tell me your name and any contact address. Either you can mail me on my email address that is mentioned there in the description box. Okay, just short me your email and mention that you are not having an access to legal reasoning books. Then I will be just giving you some books, or either I can help you with the material that I have. Okay, so if you have any such problem, then you can mention it at any time in my email address. Okay, I'll be more than happy to help you. Now remember one thing, that learn from your mistakes and try not to repeat it again. Okay, the mistake that you have done yesterday, you should not do it again. You should try, at least you should try. I'm not saying that it should not happen again. It is not a very strict thing, but I'm saying that you should try at least not to repeat it again. Okay. Last year I had made a copy for the analysis of the mistake that I had did in my mock test or during my CLAT preparation. So I'll be sharing some of the tips that I had written in my copy. Okay, so it was a self-made tip. Either it might be it can help you in your preparation as well, I feel. Okay, so there is this one tip that I had given, that always read the passages very carefully. Okay, always read the principle, okay, very carefully, because what happens, even if you're leaving a single word, that can change the whole meaning of the passage. Okay, so do read each and everything very carefully, because I think when I was attempting the mock test, I had just lost 3 to 4 marks just because of this mistake of mine. Okay, and one more tip that I had given in the English section was that never use any extreme main idea in the RC. Okay, extreme main idea can never be the answer of your RC. It's a general tip of mine. Okay, it's not always right, but yeah, mostly main idea should not be very extreme. Okay, and do remember, if you are needing too much time in a particular question, then do remember one thing, that answer is going to be wrong 99%. Okay, so if you don't know the answer of a question, then leave it. Don't worry, there is 150 questions. Okay, this is more than enough. If you don't know even the answer of one single question, it's not going to affect your marks. Okay, so if you don't know the answer, leave it. Okay, so and don't devote your too much time on the section where you are not having a age. But if you are leaving the section where you're having a good age, then this is going to affect your marks, and that is going to be regrettable for you. Okay, because when you will be analyzing the mock, you'll be saying that no, I could have done this question. Okay, so it will be very regretful for you. You will be not happier in the particular question where you are not knowing the answer. Okay, but you will be very regretful for the question where you was knowing the answer. Okay, so don't devote too much time. And what happened, like when I was attempting my mock, so I used to get too much confident that no, I am going to get very good marks in this particular mock, and I am just going to get a good rank. Okay, so don't get too much confident that no, that you are going to get a good rank. Okay, so what happens, but that if you are very much overconfident, okay, so that gives you, or you will be, when you are attempting the mock test now, then you won't be that much careful in your mock. Okay, so just be very much okay and take your confidence level very average. Okay, don't be too much confident. Okay, because no one can be topper in the one attempt. Okay, in one single attempt, do remember. And like when I was attempting a question of a prime minister and president. Okay, what happened, I was knowing the answer of the question. Okay, but at the last moment I said no, my heart says that the answer of this question is not this one but the second one. Okay, and even after I was knowing the answer of the question, but just because at the last moment my mind changed and it said that no, I should mark second one as the answer, it got wrong. Okay, so don't negate your knowledge which you have gained from a long while. Okay, at the last moment, just because your heart is saying that no, answer is not this one. Okay, so just be very much careful about this particular mistake. And yeah, the last tip is that do read everything very clearly, whether they are asking about prime minister or president, whether they are asking about void or valid. Okay, so everything should be clear. And when you are attempting the mock test, then don't forget to do the revision. Okay, because the revision is the important thing. If you are attempting the mock test without doing revision, you can't expect a good marks. Okay, so do remember that you have to do the revision as well. Okay, now let's go through the schedule briefly. Okay, now you can see this schedule. Okay, that they've just application can be filled from 1st of January and last date is 31st of March, and examination date is the date of 10/5/2020. Okay, and result will be declared on 24th of May 2020. Okay, so now at the last of this video, I'll be sharing one of the story of this inspirational person, Jack Ma. Okay, he was one of the person who was motivation for me when I was preparing for my CLAT examination during the whole examination day. Okay, whenever I used to get the demotivated, he was the person who just motivated me. Okay, Jack Ma failed for 2 times in the primary school, and he even got failed for 2 times in the middle school. Okay, and he failed for 2 times in the entrance examination, and in the 3rd attempt he was able to crack the examination. Do remember? Okay, and he just scored only 1 marks out of 120 in the college. Okay, he was the person who was rejected by Harvard for 10 times, and he was later on the lecturer in this particular university only. Okay, he was rejected for 30 jobs, and he was the person who was the only one who was not given the job by KFC out of 21% who had applied. And later on he got made only 0 revenue in Alibaba for 3 years, but now Jack Ma is having net worth of $39 billion. What is the moral there? That never give up, just keep on doing. You're getting lesser mark in or bad one marks in the mock test as of now, though you have the 5-month time, and I feel that it is more than enough for you to crack the CLAT examination. Even if you'll see any person who has just landed in any good national university, he can just definitely tell you that they were not preparing for whole year. Okay, they just devoted the few month very dedicationally. Okay, after that they were able to crack the CLAT examination. Now here you can see that you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. So to remember, sometimes defeat are good to learn you that you can do much more better, and what the mistakes you are doing. So just learn from the mistakes, learn from the mock test, learn from the marks, learn from the mistakes that you're doing. Okay, so do remember, that is going to help you. That's all. If you are needing any help, then do mention it in the comment section, or either you can short me any message on my email address. Okay, that's all. Do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.